What's going on, guys? One second, let me make sure my alerts are working. Yep, alerts are working. Good to go. All right. So, pretty red day today, guys. If you're just coming in on stream, you haven't looked at the markets all day, they were pretty bloody. Minus 2.4% on the day. That's without the gap. So, even with the gap, you're down more than that. Minus 2% on NASDAQ. So, big red on both markets. Even the tech industry is doing bad as well. Big companies, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, everything's red. The only things green right now are like coronavirus companies, like we see INO, mRNA, APT, NVAX. Coronavirus companies doing well. Cruise lines, airlines, hotels, they're getting destroyed. You can see my watch list is almost everything is red. Peloton, slightly green. Kroger, slightly green. ACB, which is a marijuana stock, slightly green. Pretty much everything else, very, very bloody. Boeing, still looking pretty bad, bouncing off a little bit of support, but this downtrend here is still holding. Looks like it wants to go down towards like 170s. Same thing on most of the airlines. AAL got nuked as soon as it broke that uptrend, dumped. You can see same thing on NCL, CCL, RCL. These are those charts that I've been calling the triangle charts because there's so many industries that look the same. They have these like triangular charts where they're kind of forming that bilateral triangle. And you can see most of these stocks breaking out to the downside. So all the cruise lines are getting wrecked. Airlines, hotels, everything. You can see here, wind down 10%, wind shit in the bed here. So coronavirus, second wave incoming. Seems the market is preparing for that. Looking at SPY and Qs, it looks like we will continue falling. It should continue falling, I should say. You had this downtrend right here. You can see on that pink line that I have drawn. Nice little downtrend. Yesterday's candle, we popped up above that downtrend, but you closed red on yesterday's candle. We talked about this yesterday on stream. You popped up, so gapped up, right? But you closed red. Still above the trend, so it still wasn't too bad. But then today, gap down, big red day. So this is becoming like an evening star where you have that move up, gap, doji, move down, gap down as well. So pretty bad. You broke back below the downtrend, which is pretty bearish. You can see the sell pressure coming in. You got a little bit of buy pressure coming in on the end of the day. So buyers are starting to come in. But if it closes below this trend, which is pretty much certain to do now, it's looking pretty bad. It looks like it wants to continue downward. You should see continuation tomorrow. But who knows, right? The market's been very, very sketchy lately. It's been reversing big moves. We saw that 5% down move not too long ago. It pushed down like the next day, but then it recovered. So it recovered 8% as well. So it's hard to say, but I think looking just at the TA, it should continue lower. We called this out yesterday, man. I talked about how there was most likely going to be a red day today. I didn't think it would be this bad. I thought it was going to be like a more of a 1%, maybe a 1.5%, just kind of a little bit of a sell-off, maybe a pullback. This isn't really a pullback. This is a big red day. What are your thoughts on Nikolai puts? I think you're talking about Nikola, NKLA. Let me take a look. Nikola puts, yeah, I like them. I like, as long as it's below this daily pivot. You failed the daily pivot. So as long as you're below that level, I think the puts are a better play. It kind of is like an ascending triangle, though. So if you look at like a 4-hour here, it is kind of an ascending triangle. So you would be shorting an ascending triangle, which is typically bullish. I've just been avoiding Nikola. This chart is very pump and dumpy. There's plenty of charts that are easier to trade. I think if you're really looking for some safe puts, if you think the market's going to continue downward, cruise lines and airlines are the easy puts. I think Boeing hasn't really reacted just yet. The other airlines have already kind of played out. The cruises, they just keep going down. By the way, guys, in stream, I was just asking this in Discord. Does anybody know of a scanner that is a live feed of new highs and new lows on the stock market? Like a bunch of different companies making new highs and new lows. Not a scanner that I have to like keep clicking scan and putting in details. I'm talking about like a live feed. If you guys know of anything like that, let me know. I know there's like trade ideas, but I don't really like trade ideas. I tried it way back in the day when they've probably changed a lot, but I tried them years and years ago, uh, when I first started trading, and I didn't really like their platform too much. They're very outdated. They're very boomerish. It's like for all the boomer traders in the stock market. AMD actually looking really bad here, breaking down out of this triangle, starting to close below it too. So in 1 hour, this daily will close below this triangle. This could be very bad for AMD. But if we do see a reversal the next couple of days on the stock market, this could be a fake out. But for now, that's a pretty bearish candle. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, Tokimon. There's a lot of streamers that have stuff like that. I'm not sure what programs they use though. Like some of them are E-Trade, some of them are Thinkorswim. QCOM is actually holding this move up. QCOM does not look bad at all. You're just ranging all day. Look at QCOM here. It's almost green on the day. It is not. This is not a bad candle at all. You're right on a 4-hour pivot though, so I couldn't buy it here end of day. But tomorrow, we'll keep an eye on it. My friend made about 17K off Delta, and then he shit the bed and is down to 5K. And it's still profit, but it does suck giving away money like that. Yeah, Delta was getting destroyed. A lot of guys in our Discord were calling out Delta today. I didn't take a trade on Delta, but it was getting wrecked. Delta came out and said that a shit ton of their employees had coronavirus and like 10 of them died or something. So they were getting wrecked. Puts on Nicola. They asked about it earlier. I looked at it. It looks decent. You're in an ascending triangle though, so you're taking puts on an ascending triangle, which is a little sketchy. Yeah, I took a loss on Caesar. Caesar, like I said in stream yesterday, man, I've tried to front run a 4-hour pivot for the 4th time and we lost again. So we're 0-4 on front running 4-hour pivots. So I seriously need to stop doing that. I closed Caesar. It was a very small trade, so not a big loss. We're green on the day. Today is our 7th green day in a row. I took a SPY put. I could have taken one way earlier, but I took a day trade on SPY. I called out this level right here in Discord, the 305.50 level, 305.52, kind of that pivot we were watching. I believe it was a 1-hour pivot. Yeah, the 1-hour pivot right here. And it failed that pivot basically to the penny. So I was actually at lunch and I pulled up my chart and I saw that it was failing that level and I went ahead and shorted it. So we shorted SPY up here basically at the top and I took profit right here. So we caught this entire move. Very, very nice trade. I made 25% on it. I took the Monday contracts. If I took today's or Friday's expiration, we would have made 100%. But I wanted to be a little safer. I wanted to take a contract that if I wanted to hold overnight, I could. So I took Monday. But yeah, quickly in and out, 30-minute trade. Beautiful. These are always the best trades when you get in them and they go exactly the way you want them to go. No real pullbacks, nothing. Just straight down and then take profit. Beautiful trade. Zoom isn't too bad. Let's take a look at Zoom. Yeah, Zoom held up. Zoom's not terrible. Netflix for tomorrow? I don't know, man. I think tomorrow's gonna be another red day. No, Netflix is a bearish engulfing. Any thoughts on Apple? I can take a look at Apple. Where's Apple at? Should be up here, Apple. Gravestone yesterday. So bearish today, bearish tomorrow, most likely. Do you still trade crypto? I have bots that trade crypto for me. I don't live trade right now. I don't day trade. I basically trade crypto swings. So like if I see a big down move in Bitcoin, I'll start looking for support and I'll buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Then if it starts pumping, I'll sell it. I'm not looking for like in and out day trades though. Discord is, if you go to oasistrading.io/discord, you can check out our Discord on there. I'll send you a link. oasistrading.io/discord. I think I'm gonna go for Delta puts overnight. Not a bad idea, money bag. If you think the market's gonna be red tomorrow, like I've been telling you guys, airlines and cruise lines are basically following SPY. They're just very leveraged. So if SPY has a green day, they start to recover. If SPY has a red day, they get wrecked. Hey, Josh, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being here. I think I caught all your questions. Yeah, so we took 2 trades today. We closed our Caesar position for a what was it, 60%? 65% loss on Caesar, which sounds bad, but it was a small position. And then we closed our SPY for 25% gain, which covered our Caesar loss plus more. So we're green on the day. I'm probably not going to take any more trades for the rest of the day. I've only got 1 day trade left on my small account, 1 day trade left on my main account. So we're going to probably hold off for the rest of the day. Maybe take some puts if SPY wants to climb here. It's actually climbing. If this thing gets to like this 306 range up here by the end of the day, 45 minutes left, I might take some SPY puts up here. I don't like SPY down here though, because this is kind of where I want to target. If I take the SPY puts up here, I kind of want to target this lower area. So I don't really like shorting down here. This is a bear flag though. This is definitely a bear flag. Yeah, 295 is a little far out. There's major support around 300. DraftKings is moving. Let me take a look. Yeah, DraftKings is getting slaughtered here. Nice little recovery on DraftKings. Hey, Digital, what's going on, man? Barely dipped below 300 a week ago when it dropped. Yeah, it went to 298. We called that level out in Discord. 298 was our pivot. It caught the price basically to the bottom, right on the tick. QCOM is green on the day. QCOM is green and it held the entire move basically. Beautiful double bottom. This stock is holding significantly compared to the rest of the market. Look at the other tech stocks. Look at the FANG. The FANG's recovering now, but look at that nuke. Or no, this is, sorry, I'm on a 15-minute. Look at the FANG. The FANG nuked today. The FANG nuked. Look at all the big tech stocks. AMD bad, Apple's bad, Microsoft's bad, Facebook, Square, Netflix, Nvidia, everything nuked. Look at QCOM. QCOM looks pretty good. Nice recovery. Facebook's down 3.4% today. Today's a big red day for Facebook. Thoughts on Spotify? I think Kim K actually controls the stock market. They just keep releasing good news after good news. Once that news runs out, though, they're probably going to be inflated. I wouldn't want to be in this balloon when the air comes out, right? It's definitely going to be a little inflated once all this good news is over. They've had like 4 good news articles coming out basically on the way up. So once they're out of that that mania phase, they should be pulling back pretty hard. It hit the final target here. So like if you were in this position here, this little bull flag, there are no targets left. I mean, you can go to like the 1618 at 277. That would be like the ultimate final target. Everything else is hit. The 50 was hit. The 0.13 was hit. 618, 786, 1. All of your fibs were hit here. Is SPY pumping? SPY is pumping. I might take some end of day puts. I think this is a trap, to be honest. What's the spot? Good news. They had a bunch of good news. They acquired 3 or 4 podcasts. They had a partnership with somebody. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But they acquired a bunch of people, which are going to take effect later this year. Everything in my portfolio is down except for CAPR and INO. Yeah, INO, dude. What a fucking trade. We closed INO for close to 300% and ran to 1200 fucking percent. We could have quadrupled our gains on that. It's the biggest trade I've had in the past couple weeks, and we could have quadrupled it. That's how disgusting it is. I think this is a trap, to be honest. Let me look at the SPY puts. So we have today's expiration, we've got Fridays, and then we've got Mondays. that a bear div? Yeah, very slight bear div there. Nice little tweezer. Another red day tomorrow? I think so, man. The TA says we should have another red day. Based purely on technicals, we should have another red day. We're failing that pivot again, and we're bouncing off this lower pivot. I'm watching the SPY puts here. They're not moving too quickly. .301s are at 270. 300s are at 240. Okay, now they're moving. Now they're moving a little bit. We're up 140% today. I'm looking at Monday's expiration. What time is it? We got 30, about 30 minutes till close. Based on Delta, I would not go any lower than 302 or 301. Anything lower than 301 is looking more into the lottos. Yeah, the VIX is falling here. Massive bear div on the VIX, or no bear div, but big loss in momentum. SPY failing a 15-minute trail. 5 minutes still holding. You're stuck between two pivots. You're bouncing off a 4-hour pivot. So like if I took the SPY put here, I would be front running a pivot yet again, but I'd be front running it to the other side. That's why I wanted to bounce a little higher here. 306, 306.50. That'd be an easier short right up here. DXY had a little pump today. That's the dollar index, so the dollar index is going up. You think WKHX is going to crash? WKHS was called out in Discord by a couple of our traders, actually. And that thing fucking rocketed. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, this 1 hour is disgusting. Bearish engulfing of 3 candles. 15-minute putting in a peak. 5-minute completely losing its trend. 1 minute's in a very big downtrend. You have a small bull div here, though. 5-minute bull div might send it up back into resistance. Does a lot of implied volatility matter that much for these short-term puts? So when implied volatility is very high, the premiums are going to be more expensive. So if implied volatility goes down, the premiums will go down. So if you take a trade, if you buy calls or buy puts when implied volatility is very high and the implied volatility starts getting crushed and going down a lot, even if you're right and the trade is going the direction that you want it to go, you will still lose because the IV crush will cause your premium to go down. The basic rule of thumb is when implied volatility is very high, it's better for the sellers. When implied volatility is very low, it's better for the buyers. Like if you're buying calls and puts, if you're selling calls and puts, you want them to be very high. I don't think so, USLT. If I do, it's going to be like a SPY put. I don't see anything that I like, really. Yeah, I like that SR. That's my favorite deltas, like 40 to 50. 40, 45, that range. I make most of my money off those deltas. It seems like every time I go below 30 and get some lottos, I lose money. So, I don't do it anymore. No more lottos. Yeah, exactly. You're paying for volatility, basically. Exactly. Because when the volatility is higher, you have a higher chance of it making a bigger move. So, your contracts, how do I put this? Your contracts have a better chance of being in the money. They have a better chance of touching that strike, right? Because if you look at something like Tasty, that little shaded area when you go to buy options, it has like a little shaded orange area. That is the implied move. That is the like highest and lowest price that should be seen based on volatility. I hear comparisons with SHLL and WKHS that Shell is more reliable than WK. SHLL Fortis. Jesus, these charts. PG looks like it's gonna fall off a cliff. I think I talked about that either earlier this week or last week. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. If you ignore this candle and make it a exception, this is a very clean uptrend. You just broke that uptrend. What do Procter and Gamble puts look like? Take a look. The 116s actually aren't that bad. They're up 200% today. Delta of 42. Yeah, so the 116s are not bad. I'm probably going to make a Delta video or do like a little Delta crash course in Discord. Probably later this week. Maybe on Saturday. Kind of like how I did the crash course last time for the technical analysis. I'll probably do one on Delta this Saturday. If you guys are in Discord, probably Probably same thing like we did last time, private stream, probably around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. I'm going to talk about how I use delta in my trading and how to read delta. Because a lot of you guys, man, you guys are trading contracts that you really shouldn't be trading. It looks like that might have been the pump. I wanted to go a little bit higher, at least the top of the channel. Kind of front ran here. It failed that level again. That's that 1 hour pivot. He said, I think Johnson & Johnson's front running Procter & Gamble. Oh yeah, Johnson & Johnson got nuked. Johnson & Johnson's like a bear flag here, which is breaking downward. Looks pretty bad. Might go to fill this gap here. I haven't checked their options yet, but puts might work out well for PG. The puts aren't that bad. I'm looking at them right now. 117s and 116s have pretty good spreads, and they are pretty good delta. ERI and Penn. ERI looked good yesterday, not too good today. It's still holding this pivot though, so it doesn't look terrible. You have a lot of resistance up here though. Penn looked good yesterday. I don't think it looks good today. No, it doesn't. Full retrace. You're still maintaining this trend though, but doesn't look too good. The Discord is right here, oasistrading.io/Discord. Thoughts on Disney for tomorrow. Disney is playing on news. So there was bad news on Disney. Disney reacted to it. You're selling off on the bad news. It is failing the 50 moving average on the daily. You're also failing that range low. You could also kind of consider that an uptrend. But yeah, it doesn't look too good. You're actually bouncing off that range low, now that I see that. This little low right here, you're actually bouncing off of it. So a little bit of support coming in here on Disney. Yeah, you're back above that level. So a little sketchy to short here. You're already shorting Disney. It doesn't look bad, but starting a new short here might be a little risky. Johnson & Johnson, I see 132 to 130 in the near future. Where's that gap on Johnson & Johnson? That's what I would guess it's going to go touch. Yeah, 135-ish. I'd say 135. If you clear 135, you've got a pivot down here at 130. That'd be like your first target, second target. Any thoughts on Tesla's sell-off today? Let me take a look. Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla's kind of in like the middle of nowhere. You're still maintaining that uptrend on Tesla. You kind of have a flat top, so you have like an ascending triangle here. But it's more of a kind of a downtrend. But you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, right? There's no real confirmation, no bounce. No failure, right? So if you took the trade here, you might be getting in early. If you took the short here, you're definitely getting in early. So like you would either short the highs or you'd buy the lows, right? You're kind of in the middle of two trades. No real clear direction. Let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour kind of maintaining above that resistance before that gap up, but still kind of in the middle of nowhere. Down to the 1 hour. You do have a little bit of a support here coming in on that pivot. So as long as you hold that pivot short term, you're slightly bullish. Maybe retest like 978. Go down even further. Yeah, 978. Another pivot there. Yeah, so short term accumulation. But if you're looking for a longer term trade, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I'd probably wait on Tesla. No real clear trade for me. By the way, I appreciate you guys all being here. We're at 30 viewers on the stream. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch or that subscribe button on YouTube. I do stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are interested in live trading, we do live trade in Discord from 9:30 to 4. Basically the entire market session every single day of the week. Check out our Discord, oasistrading.io/Discord. Digital said, I'm going to buy puts on NEO at the end of the day today. I haven't looked at NEO in a while. Yeah, I can see puts here. You broke that uptrend, gap below it. Finding a lot of support here. But it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I could see, yeah, I think the 1 hour is definitely better for shorts. 4 hour, I could see both ways. I could see a buy here, buying off the support coming in. Because look at this level right here. This is like a SR flip. You see that? Highs, lows, lows. So I could argue for a buy here. But if you go to a lower time frame, I could argue for a short. You are definitely failing this downtrend. UAL put, DIA put. UAL, if you think SPY is going to go down, the airlines are going to go down. The airlines are basically just following SPY, but they're a very leveraged version of SPY. With all the coronavirus cases spiking, all these states administering regulation to say that you have to wear masks, yada yada, the airlines and cruise lines are probably going to continue to go down. Cruise lines suspended cruises for the rest of the year, basically. Carnival is getting their cruises back and running late September. Royal Caribbean said they're basically suspended for the rest of the year. I'm not sure what Norwegian's doing. Airlines, I haven't heard much news recently besides Delta is a lot of their employees have coronavirus. 10 of them have died. So it's not looking too good. I definitely wouldn't be buying calls on airlines or cruises. I'll tell you that. DIA put, I believe that's the Dow Jones, right? So, yeah, the markets should continue downward tomorrow. I believe they will. We'll have to see. We predicted this red day. A lot of the guys in Discord, you guys grabbed puts yesterday. I wasn't comfortable enough taking puts yesterday. I should have, definitely. I thought today was going to be red, but I thought it was going to be micro red, probably like 1%, 1.5%. We saw a 2.5%, 3% failure, so we could have made some money on puts today. This is like the third red day that I predicted where I didn't take puts the day before. So I need to start loading up on puts. I think tomorrow will be red as well. I want to grab some puts before close, but I hate grabbing puts this low. If I grab puts here and then it slowly goes up tomorrow, I'm going to be beating myself up. Because I hate shorting bottoms like this. I'd be okay shorting a little bit higher, but right here is a little sketchy. So if I take shorts here, they'll be weak. Jack, to answer your question in Discord, I would just go with whichever one has a better delta and a better spread. Because they're all going to follow the same... They're all in the same industry, right? They're all going to follow the same chart. So I would just go with whichever one has a better delta, whichever one has a better spread. I wouldn't go anything below 40 delta. Sorry, digital. What'd you say? You said, oh, you're talking about Neo. Haven't decided what strike or expiration yet. $4 target. Yeah, I think from what you seem like you're a longer term trader from most of the plays that you've talked about in YouTube. You seem like you're a longer term guy. I like trading close expirations, nothing farther than 2 weeks. Tokimon said, I didn't know you stream stocks. I thought it was just crypto. I switch it up every now and then, but now I'm basically a stock streamer because I only trade stocks currently. The crypto market was drying up. It was getting really dead. It was dying out, and the stock market was booming. So when I see stuff like that, I switch markets. That's why I switched from options to crypto back when I did, because crypto was booming, right? Crypto was booming, stocks weren't really doing dick. So I switched markets and made some money, lost a lot of money as well. And now we're back into stocks. You like the longer term swings? Yeah. Boeing same thing on Boeing, man. Boeing, all the airlines, they're just going to follow SPY for the most part. They're just more leveraged. So if you want to take a put on Boeing, you need to think that SPY will be red tomorrow. Because if SPY is green, the airlines will recover. But we've seen even really bad coronavirus news. As long as the SPY is green, the airlines are still green. So unless there's like really bad coronavirus news tomorrow and the market's green, maybe the airlines go red. But typically they're always correlating with SPY. So if you're bearish on airlines, you better be bearish on SPY. Moneybag, to answer your question in Discord, I'm not sure yet, man. Maybe SPY puts if we get an end of day pump here, which we're currently seeing. We got about 15 minutes left. One thing that worries me is if I take puts here, I will be front running these pivots on the opposite side of the trade, because these pivots are holding price beautifully. There's two 1 hour pivots right here. Both of them are showing strong reactions, and price is bouncing off them pretty strongly. Same thing with the 4 hour pivot. If I short here, once again, I will be front running a 4 hour pivot, and it will be to the other side. So the previous 4 trades I've taken, front running 4 hour pivots, have all been longs. They've all been calls. We've lost every single one of those trades. So this will be our first time front running a pivot to the downside, but it still is a bad idea. So once again, this fucking 4 hour pivot is on the wrong side of our trade. I would like to take a short here, but we're 0-4 on front running 4 hour pivots. Do I want to be 0-5? I don't think so. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna kick my own ass tomorrow either way. If I front run this fucking pivot and I lose, I'm gonna be pissed. If I don't front run this pivot and I'm right and we see a red day tomorrow, I'm gonna be pissed. So either way, I can't win. I should set up a, what do they call it? A straddle. I should set up a straddle where if it goes up or down, I make money. Yeah, Jack just said it. Jack, we're on the same page, man. We're on the same page. Set up a straddle. Straddles really only pay off if it really moves. Like if we see like a 3% plus. Yeah, exactly what Kiff said. It's only really good if it's like an earnings play, right? When you see a really big move. If I took a straddle and it only moved like 1%, it probably wouldn't pay off. I don't think I've ever live traded a straddle, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever live traded a straddle. The only strategies that I've really done are iron condors, legging into iron condors, vertical spreads, debit spreads, credit spreads, all that jazz. I think I've done a butterfly, but I haven't done straddles. Digital said, I think you're right on the market being red tomorrow. DXY is looking strong going into market close. Wouldn't that mean green, though? When the dollar goes up, shouldn't the market be going up? I thought they were positively correlated. Geo, that's the one that everybody uses. If you want a discount code, talk to Dime. Dime can help you out. They're kind of expensive, though. I tested them out. It's not worth the money for me. Because I'm not an aggregator guy. I don't like aggregators. I don't like stuff like that. But it pays off for like, look at Dime, man. He's a shitcoin sniper. He calls out those plays like crazy. The Lotto King, right? ZI looks good long term. ZI, what's that? Zoom info. The only reason this is green is because people think this is Zoom. I can almost guarantee you that. People probably think this is Zoom, so they're buying it. The real Zoom is ZM. Zoom actually doesn't look bad on the 4-hour. Zoom actually looks really good on the 1-hour. Zoom is actually flying here on the close. Not lately. I've been seeing DXY and VIX follow each other, which has ended up with a red market in the past. Okay. That's good to know. How do you build a straddle? The straddles are just buying puts and buying strikes, right? Or sorry, buying puts and buying calls at basically the same strike price, isn't it? Yeah, buy a call and a put on the same strike price. Isn't that how it works? And you're just trading a neutral delta position looking for an increase in implied volatility. You're trading an increase in implied volatility. That's all you're trading, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're building a 100% neutral delta. You're trading a Vega. You're trading an increase in Vega. Yeah, I don't like the prices on these. They're way too They're way too expensive. You could do a bullish straddle too, I think. What do you mean? That's not a bullish straddle? I thought that was a bullish straddle. Zoom did take off during Corona. Second wave, second takeoff. Maybe, man. Huge sell-off on SPY. Damn, there was. Man, it just didn't give us what I wanted. I wanted a little bit higher. That double top, man. That's a clean double top. I just cannot justify shorting this. I can't justify shorting down here. I mean, we can still make money tomorrow, man. If as long as the market goes down, we can play VIX. I called out that VIX play earlier today. I didn't take the VIX play. I got scared out of it. Kind of pussied out of it. But we called out this move right here. If we would have taken that move today, that's a fucking big move. So don't let me chicken out of the VIX trade tomorrow. If we see a dump in the market, let's pay attention to VIX. My VIX plays and my SPY plays lately have been spot on. I just need to trust my analysis. So I think we're gonna pass on buying SPY at the close here. If we see a big gap down tomorrow, you guys can all call me an idiot. I think I'm gonna pass. If this would have given me a little bit more, I would have taken this. I can justify shorting this. The top of the channel, the trend, I can justify shorting that. I can't justify shorting this. Especially since it's on a 4-hour pivot. I'm not going to go 0-5 on fucking 4-hour pivots. And actually, it's actually below that 4-hour pivot now. Oh, okay. I'm thinking about it. Where's that 4-hour pivot? 4-hour pivot is 30446. Basically 30450. What time is it? We have 3 minutes left. I'm thinking about meeting it halfway and doing a spread. So not going naked, but taking a spread into tomorrow. I gotta hurry up and make a decision though. You got spreads right now? I think, yeah, that might be the play, man. Meeting it halfway. Because I don't want to go naked. I can't justify a naked put here. Dump the entire small account into SPY puts. Revenge for all the 4-hour pivots that wronged you. Yeah, right. What time is it? I really gotta make a decision here. It's closing below the 4-hour pivot. I can say that. Four-hour pivot is 304.46. All right, I'm gonna pull the trigger on these. I'm gonna sell the 303s, buy the 304s for June 26th. We're gonna meet this halfway. We're gonna play a spread. If I don't get filled, it wasn't meant to be. I'm putting it on the mid price. Buying the 304s, selling the 303 puts. June 26th. Yeah, I'm typing it right now. See if I can type as fast as possible. There you go. Small size, small size. I'm not going deep in these. Because like I said, I can't justify going deep in these puts right here. I might not even get filled. There's 1 minute left and I'm not filled. I didn't market these. I put a bid in. I put my bid in on mid. If I don't get filled, it wasn't meant to be. I got filled right at close. I got filled. It's not risky. It's oh, you're talking about your play. I got you. I was gonna say because I'm in a spread. My spread's not really risky. All right, we closed below the 4-hour pivot, so technically I'm not front running the pivot. And it's pumping after hours. You gotta love it. Neobot puts at Ubot puts at $6 strike, November 20th on Neo. Let's take a look. The beautiful thing about a spread is you know what your maximum loss is. I took a put spread on SPY. Very, very risky trade. Well, not very risky, but not a high probability of success. Let's put it that way. Basically, if we gap down or go down tomorrow, we'll make money. If it doesn't, we won't make money. Sorry, you said the $6 strike, November 20th. $6, yeah, it's right on that pivot. I like that. November 20th, that's far out. Yeah, I think if you hit $6, that'll probably be within the next week or two. After your close, can you look at CLCT? There was a boom in baseball cards, I think you mean, caused by lockdown. And it's the only industry-related ticker I could find. Baseball cards are booming? What? Doesn't look very good. You had a daily pivot here, bearish engulfing, failed downward with a continuation. You have a gap here you're trying to fill. So it might fill the rest of this gap, probably around $30, $29.62. You have a little bit of support coming in on the lower time frames, but not a whole lot. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Pretty strong downtrend. I'm not sure, Kif. Let me take a look. That's a good question. It doesn't tell me. Let me do the math real quick. AC trade doesn't tell me. Oh no, it does tell me. Sorry, let me go to activity. I got filled at 41 per contract. 41 per contract. Which was the mid price, so I think I got filled pretty good. Hey, have a good night, Wu-Tang. You got filled at 42? Yeah, basically same. We're in the same trade. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's not a high probability short. I would have much rather shorted a move up to like 306. 306 would have been a better short, no doubt. I'm just compromising, right? I'm compromising where I think we're going to see a red day tomorrow. I've been predicting red days. I've been right basically every single time, and we haven't traded them. So I'm making a small compromise. Let me clean my chart up. This chart's getting really ugly. Every time frame looks like it's in our favor, except for maybe the 1 hour pivot. That's basically it. This 1 hour pivot is acting as a pretty strong support. And then the 1 minute is pretty strong. You've got some support coming in on the 1 minute. Besides that, every other time frame looks pretty damn bearish. Let's look at the ES. Yeah, this is a bear flag. 100%. That 1 hour pivot on the ES is still holding us up. There's a 4 hour pivot on the fucking ES that I didn't see. So once again, we are kind of front running this pivot. I mean, how far away is that? I guess we're not really front running that pivot, because it goes all the way down to like 302. We got in at 304. If we lose this fucking trade, I'm going to blame it on this pivot. And then we're going to be 0-5 on front-running 4 hour pivots. 40 contracts of AAL put, cross your fingers. Yeah, right. That's a... Hey, man, if we see a red day tomorrow, it's looking good. Can you look at VIX? Looks like it's breaking a falling wedge on the daily. Let me take a look. The daily on VIX is really hard to chart because the VIX is designed to go down, really. You know what I mean? Like the VIX, if all else is the same, the VIX will go down. Where are you taking your wedge from? Are you taking it from like all the way to the top? Like, are you talking about this? Are we talking about a closer wedge? I can't believe you guys didn't tell me about that 4 hour pivot on the ES. You guys just let me take this trade. That looked like a scam pump, though. It didn't really look like a sustained buy pressure. Yeah, money bag. I'm not sure what wedge you were talking about. I see both of them. So it is kind of breaking out of a falling wedge, but the daily is kind of hard to chart, right? So you can't really trust the patterns on the dailies on the VIX because it's designed to fall. Lower time frames are much easier to chart on VIX. And we still look bullish on like 15-minute VIX, 1 hour VIX, 5-minute VIX. They all look pretty bullish. All indexes are coming back down. Good. We ended the day break even on that spread. It's exactly at 0. We ended the day positive on our small account. We are 7 days positive. But all right, guys, I'm going to call it a stream on that. I'm going to hang out in Discord for a little bit if you guys are in Discord. Take a look at some charts. I appreciate you guys being here and stream. I will be streaming again tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, as always. Make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch or the subscribe button on YouTube if you guys like the content. Maybe, like I said, I'll probably do a crash course on like my Delta strategy in Discord on Saturday. So if you guys are in Discord, make sure to look, keep an eye on the announcement section. I'll probably put the announcement in there sometime tomorrow. But all right, guys, so you guys have a good night. Stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.